Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I am the Titanium Fist. Let's get going. Today we're going to be covering my picks for UFC 318. That will be. It is 318, right? I'm not just making that. Yeah, 318. Also, Dustin Poirier's last fight. So, okay, I'm just going to be honest. We're just going to cover the main card because that's what everyone really cares about. Quick run through. Let's see. Brazil. Poland. No, Poland, Australia. Germany. And we'll do Cameroon, Kazakhstan, United States, and Brazil. Why those choices? Because I felt like it. And I think it's funny just to do that on the prelims. Okay. Then he gave us Patricio Pitbull. I think Patricio Pitbull has enough left in him. I think he can definitely do it. I mean, he didn't look bad against Yair. I think if that fight went 5 rounds, it's Patricio Pitbull's night. Then Ige is very good, but Pitbull was a world champ. I I think Pitbull's trying to cut to 45 and he's too old. I think he'd have much more success at 55 just due to the fact he's not cutting as much weight and he can only get so much harder. And I think that drain is putting a hamper on his performance quite drastically. But I think he beats Danny again. I think it goes to unanimous second round TKO by Patricio Pitbull. Daniela versus Michael. I've got to go Daniel. Mexican. It's going to brawl. It's going to be good. I'm trying to ignore the odds because no odds for Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Anyway, my money's on Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's on a bit of a tear. This is 170, correct? Yeah, welterweight. At welterweight, not being funny, Kevin Holland's a bad motherfucker. I think he's trying to lock in a bit better now, and he's just trying to actually prove that he can win. That's the grappling department. Takedown accuracy, takedown defense, pretty even, significant strikes. 90 per minute. Come back. To be fair, those odds look very good to Daniel Rodriguez. But the reality is Kevin Holland took all those fights 185, and I'm all for people fighting close to the natural weight class, but the reality is he was against much bigger guys, and it just wasn't working out for him. I think at 170, he's a real problem. I think his grappling's nothing to scoff at. He went toe-to-toe Wonderboy in the striking. He did get whooped by Michael Venom Page, but it'll be funny. MVP is just the MVP. He's just no matter how good you are, MVP is going to be difficult. Kevin Holland's not a bad contender. Everyone thinks he's a bad contender. It's just all the fights at 85. If you ignore the 85 stuff, he's a much better welterweight than people give him credit for. I think he beats Daniel Rodriguez first round. Yeah, first round TKO. First round KO. Paulo Costa versus Roman Klopov. It's tough, man. Paulo Costa is tough, man. He lost to Sean Strickland, and he didn't want to fight. And if you don't want to get in a fight with Sean Strickland, not being funny, he doesn't hit. He hits hard, but like he does not hit particularly hard, especially for anyone else in the middleweight division. And he was running away. And like if he was weirdly gun shy. He wasn't willing to fight. He was just he's not going to out jiu-jitsu him. Be real as Russian. He can also I know it's a stereotype, but yeah, Podcast has not got the ground game on it, and he's too gun shy at the minute. Unless he walks out there and proves he's not gun shy, can't do anything. This is also a stat I learned a little while ago. Paulo Costa does not have an active middleweight win. Did you know that? All of his wins at middleweight, not a single one of them is still active. I should have verified that, but if that's true, that's terrifying for Paulo Costa. Especially considering what a contender he was. That's not a good look, man. So no, Roman Filipov. I think it's by. I imagine Paul Acosta's going to run again. So unanimous decision. I think he's too gun shy at the minute. He's not going to push himself. He's too scared to push himself in a set. Now, the big one. Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Max Holloway. That's Holloway the nickname? It's the Blessed Express. I know that. Max Blessed Holloway. I'm being an idiot. Anyway, everyone, at least I've seen, has been picking Holloway. And I get why. I do get it. Holloway's been on quite a good run, minus Ilya. But I get Ilya hits hard, but I question how much of that was his first cut back to 145 after bulking to 155. Let's not forget. So this is the argument everyone's going with for Dustin versus Holloway. The two times Dustin Holloway fought, the first time was at 145. Dustin whooped it. That was a good fight, but Dustin clearly was better. And when they fought again, it was at 155. Holloway was moving up to fight for the interim belt, and he put on the weight very rapidly and very badly in a muffin top. And Holloway and Dustin just pieced him up, just literally getting in close. It was a good match, but very clear for Dustin Poirier under every circumstance. So the general idea is that Holloway's now bulked to 55 properly. He's looking faster. He's looking strong, and we're assuming that because he clearly believes that the knockout wasn't wasn't real, but it's not the whole story. So assuming I think his confidence is going to be quite rocked going in. I think he won't be gun shy. It's Max Holloway. He's not gun shy. I think he's going to eat a couple from Dustin, and because Dustin hit him with big shots and rocked him a few. But I think if he gets rocked, he's going to back up, and it's going to be on Dustin's terms. And let's not forget, there's a reason Dustin didn't retire after he lost Islam. He didn't want to go out on that loss. He wanted to go out on a big win of his career. So let's not pretend like Dustin. A lot of people are saying Dustin's not going to train as hard. I would argue he's going to train harder for this, because this is his final shot to win something and go out with a big bang, and he's earned it. I don't like that it's at 155. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I would have loved them to do this at an open weight bout. Just let them weigh in whatever they want, and you can still have the rankings. It's not going to change anything if it is they are still both in the lightweight rankings. If you just let them weigh 170, whatever they walk around at, we know Dustin's about that, so we can assume Max is about that. If we just let them weigh in whatever they want, you can still for a place in the rankings. Just let them weigh in whatever they want. Dustin's last fight, don't make them cut weight. I don't know, that's a pet peeve I have about this fight, but Dustin's done it twice. He has that confidence. Max has just been knocked out for the first time in his career. He's questioning his chin. He's going up to fight Dustin Poirier, who he's lost to twice. Also, after coming off losing 3 times to Volkanovski. I think mentally it's just against Holloway. Everything is against him. And Dustin, he is gritting for this win. He wants this win. He wants the bang. He wants the boom. He wants to do it. It's in Louisiana. It's home court. I get why the odds are what they are, and I get why, at least in the YouTube space, everyone seems to be picking Holloway. I think Dustin's going to give us one last big banger. Look, I don't think Holloway's chin's gone to go. I don't think this is a Chuck Liddell situation. It might be I hope it's not a Chuck Liddell situation. I hope it's not a Chuck Liddell situation. But the reality is, I think his chin's still good at 55. But I think when Dustin hits him with big shots that are going to wobble him a bit, I think it's going to make him a bit gun shy. And then Dustin's going to capitalize, hit him with some knees, and just push him back. And Holloway's going to try and make space and get his feet back under him before engaging again. I think it's going to be a lot of that. I think it's going to go the 5. Things I have a weird feeling that Dustin's going to do the Holloway thing and point at the center, and they're going to bang it out, and then Holloway's going to win. I think if they don't do that, If they don't bang it out in the middle, I think Dustin wins a unanimous decision or a fourth round TKO. Or this is, it just came into my head as I'm saying this. I don't know why, but I could really imagine Dustin like finally getting the gig. Actually, no, that's my official prediction. After 4 rounds of pure chaos and pure back and forth, Holloway will be tied against the cage. Dustin's going to be closing the distance. Holloway's going to blitz forward to get away, and Dustin's just going to go low, punch with the stomach, and jump the gilly. After Keelan Max over, but he's going to jump the gilly and going to get a guillotine submission in the 5th round. Fuck it, that's my official. I think Dustin Poirier is going to win, and I think it's Dustin Poirier by guillotine, just because that is my dream situation. Fuck off! I don't care about Canelo versus Crawford. I do actually. I enjoy boxing, but I don't care about it enough to do that. But no. So I think Dustin's going to pull it off in their 3rd fight. Sucks for Max Holloway, but I think it is. Roman over Paulo, Kevin over Rodriguez, Pitbull over Danny Gay, Daniels versus Michael Johnson, and I can't choose these at random. I need to get better at prelims. I'm just having a bit of fun. You can do it, Dustin. Do it. Please. We want you to end on a win. The eyes, man. Goddamn. Intense. But no. So I'm looking forward to it. Come on, Dustin. Come on, big man. You can bloody do it. You can bloody do it. And he better walk out. Okay. He better walk out to Diamond. I will throw an actual temper tantrum if this man does not walk out to Diamond. Like, I'm not watching the event anyway, but if I was, I would legit turn it off. Like, man, give us this. Just give it this man. Well, no. I think it's Poirier over Holloway. He's got more of his career left. He's younger. I think mentally he's behind. I think people are counting out Dustin because it's his last fight. Everyone thinks he's not going to try. I think he's going. I think he's going to train harder than he has. I think he can do it. Come on, Dustin. One last razzle dazzle, as it were. But no, that's my picks. UFC 318. Poirier versus Holloway. See ya.